Welcome to this video on clustering and batch blasting Amplicon data. Before using the sequence classifier tool, you need to create a curated reference library using BLAST. However, because Amplicon datasets from NGS typically contain millions of reads, it is impractical to blast each sequence. Instead, cluster reads by similarity to create operational taxonomic units, or OTUs. You can then blast one representative sequence from each OTU and create a targeted taxonomic database. Begin by clustering all closely related sequences into separate contigs using de novo assembly. The consensus sequence from each contig will represent an OTU. To start, select the trimmed, merged, and length-filtered read file and click Align Assemble, then de novo assembly. Set sensitivity to low sensitivity / fastest to load the high stringency settings. Then, set sensitivity to custom sensitivity and adjust the settings to those shown on the screen. Click OK to run. Now, each contig will comprise only closely related sequences. You can view a consensus sequence for each contig in the consensus sequences list. A second list containing unused reads represents the unclustered unique sequences. To curate a database specific to your dataset, you must blast the OTUs to the pre-formatted NCBI16S microbial database. This approach enables you to pull out the most relevant accessions for taxonomic classification from the entire dataset. First, install the custom BLAST executables and set up a local copy for the NCBI16S database against which to blast. To do this, click Tools, Add and Remove Databases, and set up BLAST services. Change the service to Custom BLAST, and check Let Geneious do the setup. Make sure to note the database location. This is where Geneious will download and install the BLAST program, and where you will put the pre-formatted files from NCBI. Click OK. To get the pre-formatted BLAST database files, navigate to the BLAST FTP site and download and uncompress the 16S microbial tar.gz file. Move all the files from the 16S microbial folder into the BLAST/data folder you created during the custom BLAST setup. Finally, restart Geneious Prime to pick up the new database. You only need to do this setup process once. Now that you have a local BLAST database, you are ready to run BLAST search. Select the consensus sequences and unused read lists and click the BLAST button. In the Database drop-down menu, select your newly created 16S microbial database and set the rest of the settings as shown on the screen. To only return the top hit, set the maximum hits to 1. Set Retrieve to matching region with annotations, as this will also retrieve the taxonomic information from the database. Under Advanced Options, you can increase the speed of the BLAST search by increasing the number of CPUs. You should set this to 1 less than your machine's total number of CPUs. For example, if your computer has a quad-core processor, set this to 3. Click Search to run the BLAST. You will get an ambiguous query warning, as some consensus sequences contain ambiguities. Just click OK to continue. Once Geneious has finished the search, a pop-up will indicate that some sequences did not return results. These are most likely either contaminant or incorrectly merged sequences. For each query that does return a result, there will be one BLAST alignment document in the document table. Select Alignment View to view the alignments between the query and the hit for each document. And that's how to cluster and batch blast Amplicon data in Geneious Prime. To learn more about Geneious Prime, visit geneious.com/academy.